Hey guys, welcome to Medifaction. So today we're going to learn about the physiology of transport of carbon dioxide. So the carbon dioxide molecules are transported in the blood from body tissues to the lungs. So in order to learn more about it, let's learn in detail. In this video, I'm going to enumerate an introduction about transportation of carbon dioxide, followed by the states by which carbon dioxide are transported. That is, as in dissolved form, as carbonic acid, as bicarbonate, as carbamino compounds. We're also going to discuss about the carbon dioxide dissociation curve and also the Haldane effect. So, in order to learn more, let's begin. Introduction. Transport of carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is transported by the blood from cells to the alveoli of lungs. Carbon dioxide is transported in the blood in four ways. 7% of transportation takes place as in dissolved form. As carbonic acid is negligible. Majority of carbon dioxide are transported as bicarbonate. And as carbamino compounds, 30% is transported. Now let's check as in dissolved form. So carbon dioxide diffuses into blood and dissolves in the fluid of plasma, forming a simple solution. Only about 3 ml per 100 ml of plasma of carbon dioxide is transported as dissolved state. It is about 7% of total carbon dioxide in the blood. As carbonic acid. Part of dissolved carbon dioxide in plasma combines with the water to form carbonic acid. Transport of carbon dioxide in this form is quite negligible. As bicarbonate, about 63% of carbon dioxide is transported as bicarbonate. From plasma, carbon dioxide enters the RBC. In the RBC, carbon dioxide combines with water to form carbonic acid. The reaction inside RBCs is very rapid because of the presence of carbonic anhydrase. This enzyme accelerates the reaction. Carbonic anhydrase is present only inside the RBCs and not in plasma. That is why carbonic acid formation is at least 200 to 300 times more in RBC than in plasma. Carbonic acid is very unstable. Almost all carbonic acid formed in the red blood corpuscles dissociates into bicarbonate and hydrogen ions. Concentration of bicarbonate ions in the cells increases more and more. Due to high concentration, bicarbonate ions diffuse through the cell membrane into plasma. Chloride shift or Hamburger phenomenon. Chloride shift or Hamburger phenomenon is the exchange of a chloride ion for a bicarbonate ion across RBC membrane. Chloride shift occurs when carbon dioxide enters the blood from tissues. In plasma, plenty of sodium chloride is present. It dissociates into sodium and chloride ions. When the negatively charged bicarbonate ions move out of RBC into the plasma, the negatively charged chloride ions move into the RBC in order to maintain the electrolyte equilibrium, otherwise ionic balance. Anion exchanger 1, which acts like antipode pump in RBC membrane, is responsible for the exchange of bicarbonate ions and chloride ions. Bicarbonate ions combine with sodium ions in the plasma and form sodium bicarbonate. In this form, it is transported in the blood. Hydrogen ions dissociated from carbonic acid are buffered by hemoglobin inside the cell. So, in order to learn easily, this is a pictorial representation. So, this is the RBC and this right here is the RBC membrane. Inside the RBC membrane, water combines with carbon dioxide in the presence of carbonic anhydrase, it becomes bicarbonate. It then dissociates and the hydrogen ion combines with hemoglobin, whereas the bicarbonate ion moves outside and reacts with NaCl and forms NaHCO3, and the remaining Cl gets into the RBC. This is called the chloride shift. The CO2 is given by the cell as a byproduct of its metabolism. Reverse chloride shift. Reverse chloride shift is the process by which chloride ions are moved back into plasma from RBC shift. It occurs in lungs. It helps in elimination of carbon dioxide from the blood. Bicarbonate is converted back into carbon dioxide, which has to be expelled out. It takes place in the following mechanism. When blood reaches the alveoli, sodium bicarbonate in plasma dissociates into sodium and bicarbonate ions. Bicarbonate ion move into the RBC. It makes chloride ion to move out of the RBC into the plasma, where it combines with sodium and forms sodium chloride. Bicarbonate ion inside the RBC combines with hydrogen ion, forms carbonic acid, which dissociates into water and carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is then expelled out. Now let's see as carbamino compounds. About 30% of carbon dioxide is transported as carbamino compounds. Carbon dioxide is transported in blood in combination with hemoglobin and plasma proteins. Carbon dioxide combines with hemoglobin to form carbaminohemoglobin or carbemoglobin, and it combines with plasma proteins to form carbaminoproteins as well. Carbaminohemoglobin and carbaminoproteins are together called carbamino compounds. Carbon dioxide combine with proteins or hemoglobin with a loose bond so that carbon dioxide is easily released into alveoli, where the partial pressure of carbon dioxide is low. Thus, the combination of carbon dioxide with proteins and hemoglobin is a reversible one. Amount of carbon dioxide transported in combination with plasma protein is very less compared to the amount of transported in combination with hemoglobin. It is because the quantity of proteins in plasma is only half of the quantity of hemoglobin. Now let's learn about carbon dioxide dissociation curve. Carbon dioxide is transported in blood as physical solution and in combination with water, plasma proteins, and hemoglobin. The amount of carbon dioxide combining with blood depends upon the partial pressure of carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide dissociation curve is the curve that demonstrates the relationship between the partial pressure of the carbon dioxide and the quantity of carbon dioxide that combines with blood. This right here is the deoxygenated blood, and this is the curve for oxygenated blood. Normal carbon dioxide dissociation curve. Normal carbon dioxide dissociation curve shows that the carbon dioxide content in the blood is 48 milliliter percentage when the partial pressure of carbon dioxide is 40 millimeter mercury, and it is 52 ml percentage when the partial pressure of carbon dioxide is 48 mercury. Carbon dioxide contents become 70 ml percentage when the partial pressure is about 100 millimeter mercury. Now let's learn about the Haldane effect. Haldane effect is the effect by which combination of oxygen with hemoglobin displaces carbon dioxide from hemoglobin. Excess of oxygen content in blood causes shift of the carbon dioxide dissociation curve to right. Now what causes Haldane effect? Due to the combination with oxygen, hemoglobin becomes more strongly acidic. It causes displacement of carbon dioxide from hemoglobin in two ways. Number one is highly acidic hemoglobin has low tendency to combine with carbon dioxide. So, carbon dioxide is displaced from blood. Number 2. Because of the acidity, hydrogen ions are released in excess. Hydrogen ions bind with bicarbonate ion to form carbonic acid. Carbonic acid in turn dissociates into water and carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is released from blood into alveoli. Significance of Haldane effect. Haldane effect is essential for release of carbon dioxide from blood into the alveoli of lungs. It is also essential for the uptake of oxygen by the blood. Hope you have understood the video. Like, subscribe and press the bell button for more videos. Thank you. Thanks for watching.